Nobody expected the kitchen lights to flicker at that hour, but the disguised chef, known to everyone simply as the new hire, felt something strange the moment she walked past the hallway. Soft metal clink echoed from the back room. It wasn't loud, but it was steady. Almost rhythmic. And for a kitchen that should have been silent at 3 a.m., that sound felt completely out of place. Froze, wondering if she should turn back. But curiosity pushed her forward. That's when she saw her, the black-clad cook, sleeves rolled, standing alone under a dim lamp, cutting meat in complete silence. She'd heard rumors about this cook. People said she was gifted, calm, disciplined, but also distant. She never joked, never wasted a second, never joined the others for lunch breaks. And most importantly, she never talked about why she had skipped college even though she once earned a full scholarship. For months, everyone assumed she simply wanted a quiet life. Night, something felt different. The disguised chef stepped closer, careful not to startle her. Cook didn't look up at first. She stayed focused, slicing each piece with astonishing precision. There was no rush in her movements, only purpose. Disguised chef's curiosity grew even deeper. Why would someone choose to work through the night like this? Why would someone hide their talent in a kitchen instead of building a future that everyone said she deserved? Finally, the cook's hands paused. She seemed to sense she wasn't alone. Without turning, she spoke softly. You shouldn't be here at this. Her voice wasn't harsh, just tired. In a way that didn't come from physical work, the disguised chef stepped into the light, revealing herself calmly. I heard noise. I didn't mean to intrude. The cook finally looked at her, eyes calm, but carrying a weight few could understand. Sometimes, she said, work is the only way to silence the thoughts that don't go away. The disguised chef hesitated. Something more behind those words. Something heavy. Something unspoken. She watched as the cook carefully packed the pieces of meat, organizing them with almost ceremonial care. It wasn't just cooking. It was discipline, or maybe an escape. You work harder than anyone here, the disguised chef said quietly. Why? The cook didn't answer immediately. Instead, she wiped her hands, took a breath, and looked at the door as if expecting someone who never arrived. When life pushes you down, she finally whispered, you learn to move quietly. Learn to survive in places nobody looks for you. It was the first honest thing she had ever said, and the disguised chef realized something in that moment. Tonight wasn't just about discovering why someone cut meat at 3 a.m. It was the beginning of learning a truth the cook had held inside her for years, something she never intended to share, something that had shaped her entire life. The next night, the disguised chef returned, not out of suspicion, but because something about the cook's quiet pain stayed with her. She walked into the kitchen slowly, and there she was again, working alone under the same dim light. But this time, the cook didn't seem surprised. She simply said, you came back. The disguised chef nodded. Only if you don't mind. The cook didn't answer verbally, but she moved her tools aside, making space on the table. A silent permission. They worked side by side, chopping, sorting, preparing ingredients for the morning shift. For a long while, neither spoke. The only sounds were the soft thuds of knives against the cutting board. In that silence, the disguised chef could feel the heaviness in the cook's movements, not physical exhaustion, but emotional weight crushing her shoulders. Finally, the disguised chef asked gently, you said yesterday that work keeps the thoughts away. What thoughts? The cook kept cutting, her eyes fixed on the board. The ones that come when everything gets quiet. The ones that remind you of the choices you never wanted to make. The disguised chef felt a chill. Is that why you didn't go to college? The cook's hands paused. She set the knife down slowly. My family needed someone to stay, she said softly. Someone to work. Someone to take responsibility. Life doesn't always wait for dreams. Sometimes it hands you a duty instead. Her voice trembled for the first time, not with fear, but with honesty. My mother fell sick during my final exams, she continued. My father worked 2 jobs. Bills were piling up. I got the scholarship letter the same week my mother was admitted. I remember holding it and thinking, I can't leave. Not now. Not when they need me most. She looked at her hands, the same hands that sliced with perfect precision. I stayed. I worked. I did everything I could. But sometimes choosing responsibility still feels like losing. The disguised chef didn't know what to say. He had come expecting a mystery, not a story carved from sacrifice. So you work at night? She asked quietly. The cook nodded. I want the morning shift staff to have everything prepared, so they don't get overwhelmed. If I can make someone else's day easier, maybe it balances the things I couldn't fix. Her voice softened, almost disappearing. Maybe it makes the loss worth something. The disguised chef saw now why everyone admired her, not for her silence, but for the strength she never announced. She didn't skip college out of laziness or fear. She gave up a dream to keep her family from breaking, and she carried that choice alone. The following night felt different. The disguised chef entered the kitchen knowing she wasn't there to observe anymore, she was there to understand. The cook stood in the same spot, but tonight her shoulders looked lower, as if she had finally allowed herself to be human, not a machine of responsibility. You're early, the cook said. I figured you might need company. the disguised chef replied with a small smile. The cook almost smiled back. They worked quietly again, but the air felt lighter. The disguised chef watched her with new eyes. She wasn't just a night worker. She was someone who had carried a family on her back before she was even old enough to understand what she was giving up. Do you ever regret it? The disguised chef asked gently. The cook paused. Sometimes. Not because I wanted a big career. I just wanted a chance to choose freely. Life didn't give me that choice. She took a slow breath. What hurts more than missing college is knowing people think I never tried. Disguised chef felt something stir inside. She understood now why the cook hid everything. Why she worked at 3 a.m. Why she avoided attention. Her life wasn't built on missed chances. It was built on silent sacrifice. You know, the disguised chef said softly, strength doesn't always come from what you achieve. Sometimes it comes from what you give. The cook looked at her, eyes glassy but steady. Maybe. But sometimes I wonder if anyone will ever see that. I see it, the disguised chef said firmly, and I think others will too. For the first time, the cook's expression broke, not into sadness, but into relief. As if someone had finally spoken the words she needed to hear, she looked down at the table, her voice barely above a whisper. Thank you. The disguised chef knew the truth now. The cook wasn't someone who skipped college. She was someone who loved deeply, gave selflessly, and endured quietly. Someone who sacrificed dreams not out of weakness, but out of courage. And in that quiet kitchen, under the soft glow of a single lamp, the disguised chef realized something important. Sometimes the strongest people are the ones who work in silence, carrying stories the world will never see unless someone finally asks, and tonight, someone finally did.